But I'm here to really show you the different aspects that you can do to create the inflation buster. For example, if you're in business, I mentioned from September last year that we need to, even before any budgets and prime ministers came into place, I said there's going to, I just felt that the talk was already there. The inflation is going to be happening, for example. And I was saying about we need to start planning for before it hits us. And, about how saving so much each month helps you in your business, for example. Whether you're in business or whether you're an individual, you still need to look at these strategies that's going to help you to thrive in your business. You don't want to get caught out like how I did in the recession in 2008 when I had my business. So this is a buster that can really help you in your business if you plan it right and use the correct strategies. So I do have a link here. So if you want to book a free 15-minute appointment, it's free, doesn't cost you anything. Book a free consultation with me and I'll go through with you, for example, about scrap gold, for example. Maybe you can join our training as well, which starts next month. And we're going to be doing this monthly because I believe so strongly in it. And I'm going to be showing you how to do the parties, how to, weigh things, how to test all of these things, how to melt and smelt or take your gold or silver to a refinery company, for example. So think about what is your need? Do you prefer silver, gold, or do you prefer both? Or you're going to go with the silver because it's cheaper, as you know, maybe you don't know. Silver is $35 for an ounce, whereas gold is $3,000 for an ounce. See, it's gone up quite a bit, really. So I believe, though, because of the demand for silver, is going to be like the tortoise that won the race, because the demand is more for silver than what it is for gold. So that means that it's going to become scarcity because of the mines are, depleting, for example, on a daily basis because of all of the usage that is happening beyond normal, for example, because everyone's on this race, aren't they? It's like as if to say they're racing to land on the moon, but really they're racing to create all of these different things that is to do with silver. Imagine if they didn't have that silver, they would not be billionaires, for example. To lose the silver is like their kryptonite, that they're not going to be as strong as what they would be with the silver. But us as people should also get gold and silver. Don't just leave it up to the billionaires and the larger organizations. Especially if you're in business, then it is something that you should be doing on a monthly basis, is so that you've got your crisis plan. It's about crisis building, but also it's about if there's a problem in your business, you're then able to draw money out from your business to help support the business as much as possible. For example, if you are working for an organization and you want to build your portfolio, then you put so much aside each month and you look at the long-term plan, for example, of 10 years for it to grow and see it grow. And imagine you're getting, 8% a year or 10% a year, it adds up. I know it seems like it's like a tortoise kind of thing, but remember, the tortoise won the race. So tell me what you think in the comments, because I'd love to hear your views. Do you buy gold and silver? Have you looked at the different mines? Has anyone visited a mine? Yesterday I talked about Australia, Kalgoorlie, for example. We've got a relative that works there, for example, in the mine, and it's amazing what the town has done for one another. You know, it really is. They've built a community. It just wasn't about the money, it was about building a community. And I think that's so beautiful, rather than just, grab and run kind of thing. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's discussion about Peru. Do book a free 15-minute appointment with me, Christine. My name is Christine Crowell, and thank you so much for your subscriptions, should I say subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your comments, because, it's good to hear how people are doing things, because at the end of the day, we want to help each other to grow as well, and not just, wait for our pension to come and then it's not enough. And then we're then thinking we're short. So then we got to live hand to mouth, watch how much we spend each month, go without things and go without heating, and we shouldn't have to do that. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's discussion and today's video, and I would love to hear your thoughts about what you think about building your own reserves, because you can build your own reserves, even if it is a 5-10 year plan. Imagine you've got children, and you've got children that are little, and you put so much away each month, like what my cousin did, and then 10 years later, 100,000. Amazing. It can be done. Just got to have that stamina and that discipline to keep doing that. And I'm not saying to put everything in. You put small amounts in that's affordable, that's not going to cause a problem for you, for example. Because this is the way forward, because we do not know what we're going to get in 10 years' time. We don't know what the cash value is going to be in 10 years' time. But with gold and silver, it holds its value. And if you got it in your hands, then it is like liquid gold. It's liquid cash, I mean. It holds its value and more. They're saying that gold, according to the experts, is going to be like 5,000 per ounce. Then 10,000 per ounce. Then 15,000 per ounce. So now is the time to start thinking about buying these things before it's too late, before it's unaffordable. But with silver, you can purchase silver for $35 per ounce, for example. And even silver is going to go up. Some experts say 800. Some are saying 2,000 in the next couple of years, for example, because of the usage and the manufacturing is going to create this surge. That's why you hear President Trump talking about drill baby drill, because they want to find these mines and drill. But let's look at us buying some gold and silver. Do a scrap gold party if you don't have loads of cash to spend that way, and start off small, step by step, like what we did. We didn't throw like thousands at scrap gold to begin with. We started off very small, and $500 turned into $5,000 from scrap gold. Put it into a gold bar, and it turned out, and this was in 2007, and yes, the prices have gone up quite a lot, but it's still doable. Start with silver. If you can't afford the gold, start with silver, because that is going up slow. It is slow, but you know, we're in it for the long haul. We're not in it for a get rich quick scheme. We're in it for time, for it to grow. Just like a tree grows, we plant that seed. We're not digging that seed up every day to see what the roots are like, are we? We plant that seed deep into the soil, and we nurture it, don't we? We water it, or a flower, for example, we nurture it, and then that tree grows over time, and it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. But yet it started off as a small seed, for example, or a shrub, for example, and then it's got really strong trunks, and it's just grown into something amazing. Just like the tree of life, I believe, is in Disney, for example. Don't quote me on that, I may have got the name wrong, but you know, it starts from the beginning